Hey, how are you doing today? Now, this is going to be Rambling episode number 5, and I will be slightly less than sober, but in no way belligerent. Now, today I have a list of things to go over. And depending on the speed at which I cover these topics will determine this number of topics I cover. Yeah. So I would like to discuss some turtles. As you can see, my bird back there, it is. Oh, you may be able to hear the flapping. He had a rough day. I have a new tortoise, and thought I'd speak a little bit about my 2 tortoises. I would like to talk about a horrific, horrible proposal made in the 18th century by an Irish gentleman. But it was done with good intentions. Doesn't make it any less evil and awful, but good intentions should count for something. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 YouTube channels to just briefly talk about. I like them, and that's what matters. And I've got a few other topics on deck. But the very first thing I would like to talk about is Go. Good boy. The very first thing I would like to talk about is the amazing, talented Douglas Adams. Now, what did he write? Well, obviously, he wrote and that's where everyone knows him from, right? So, got to give some love to Thomas Dell for this one. Now, Douglas Adams, you have to respect a man that would write something like this. It is known that there is an infinite number of worlds simply because there is an infinite amount of space for them to be in. However, not every one of them is inhabited. Therefore, there must be a finite number of inhabited worlds. Any finite number divided by infinity is as near to nothing as makes no odds. So the average population of all planets in the universe can be said to be 0. From this, it allows that the population of the universe is also 0, and that any people you may meet from time to time are merely products of your deranged imagination. Isn't that right, Panda? Come on, wake up. Wake up, baby. Come on, I know it's late. So yes, while I am absolutely 100% sane, you could be talking to imaginary friends or imaginary enemies. Could be. Now, the preceding passage, of course, is the product of a deranged imagination of the product of a deranged imagination by the name of Douglas Noel Adams. You can call him DNA for short. So, Adams got his start in the entertainment industry in the UK during the early 1970s, when the concept of comedy had been hijacked by a group of over-educated lunatics known as Monty Python. Now, it was a ripe environment for the over-educated Adams. So, he went on to the University of Cambridge, much like many of the Adamses. I'm sorry, many of the pythons. Now, he worked short stints as a writer for Monty Python's The Flying Circus and Doctor Who, which I have hated my entire life, and I'm pretty old. But he also worked for a number of forgettable projects that were all infinitely better than Doctor Who. Yeah, not a Whovian. Well, he sealed his place in history in 1978 by creating The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. In fact, one of the shirts I regularly wear is a black shirt in yellow letters that says "Don't Panic," which comes directly from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Now, the idea for a guide came to Adam for he was lying drunk in a field in Austria. Sound familiar? Yeah. It wasn't Austria, though. Czechoslovakia. I know it doesn't exist anymore. Anyways, a virtually useless Hitchhiker's Guide to Europe was by his side. Why was it useless? Because he didn't speak German. So, being in Austria where they speak German and a Hitchhiker's Guide, yeah. It's not going to give you any information you can use if you don't speak the language. But you can see the drunken satire can lead to the amazing story. Now, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the radio series, the subsequent TV series, the book series, computer games, and a movie. It's all about a book called The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. See, the stories aren't The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's about the book that exists in the universe. Now, it is a semi-complete compendium of somewhat accurate instructions on how to get around the galaxy for less than 30 Altarian dollars a day. According to Adams, not only is it a wholly remarkable book, it is also a highly successful one more popular than the Celestial Home Care Omnibus, better selling than 53 More Things to Do in Zero Gravity, and more controversial than Ulan Salufid's trilogy of philosophical blockbusters, Where God Went Wrong, some more of God's greatest mistakes, and who is this God person anyway? Now, the book's chief selling point is that it has the words, "Don't Panic," in large, friendly colors, or large, friendly letters on the cover. On my shirt, it's in a soft orange. The original radio series was 12 half-hour episodes over 2 seasons, was the purest and many would say the funniest incarnation of the story, which focuses on Arthur Dent, who is rescued from the complete destruction of the Earth by his friend Ford Prefect, who turns out to be an alien researcher for the guy. Supporting characters include the two-headed galactic president, Zaphod Beeblebrox, Marvin, the paranoid android, the Earth Girl Trillian, planetary designer Slarty Bartfast, Eccentrica Golumbitz, and the triple-breasted whore of Eroticon 6. That's right. Now in the story, some hilarity ensues, but unlike many other times, you'll read that phrase during the course of your lifetime from critics and people trying to talk you into reading a book or watching a movie or going to a play or watching a stupid fucking television show that, I'm sorry, Bazinga, just isn't fucking funny. Unlike all of those times, when I say much hilarity ensues, it's actually true this time. Now, when it debuted, it was a cutting satire on humanity and its obsessive sense of self-importance. The radio show's keen humor was accented by Adams' wild imagination, which played out in the entire series like excerpts from the guide, delivered with pitch-perfect British drollery by Peter Jones, I believe. And it was what is now called perceived English. It used to be called the Queen's English. Go figure. But I guess Meghan Markle canceled the Queen, so can't call anything the Queen's anymore, right? All right, 11 minutes in. Yeah. Now, if you have made it these 11 minutes and have not clicked away, you don't need to have the meaning of 42. Very important. Or why towels are so life-saving. You may also remember the shoe event horizon, the offensiveness of the word Belgium, the secret of how to fly, and I won't say anything else, but at least watch enough or listen enough or read enough of the series so that you can answer those questions. If you can answer those questions and you don't like what you're partaking in, then I am very sorry for you. Now, after the success of the radio shows, the guide spread to several other forms of media. There are two pretty good books based on the original 2 radio seasons. There are 3 highly decent books, a text adventure computer game, a terrible, sorry, BBC television show. It does have good writing, bad acting, bad production value, and the second just yes. They released all the scripts as a book again. They did 2 more radio series based on the 3 bad books, not 2 good books, and a movie that was well acted. It was just missing. The studio the movie was so close. So close. Now, the guide has a fanatical following of fanatics and fans. Now, it's understandable why Adams would give his clamoring public more and more and more installments of Hitchhikers. Much like Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was stuck with Sherlock Holmes forever and ever, and he just wanted to write something else. Well, Douglas did the same. But unlike Sherlock Holmes, where you can dig a million stories out of them, Hitchhikers really, not so much. So later installments of the book lacked the humor of the originals, and they really just had tried to rehash the same concepts. And characters were never going to be as original. You just can't Lightning might strike the same place twice, but generally it only hurts you the first time. Now, granted, the worst of Hitchhiker's Guide is better than the best of Doctor Who. And hell, it's better than 90% of the other sci-fi out there. And I'm even talking about the best of the British sci-fi. This is up there. This is it. I can't think of any. I mean, this is Spaceballs level of awesome. But the original can't do any better. And it seems like every time they do it, it's like they take themselves a little too seriously or not seriously enough. Like there's that perfect balance of satyr play. But now, Adams, yes, this is a Hitchhiker. Is his best known work. But he was fascinated by the possibilities of hypertext, and he involved himself in various projects all along the way to the World Wide Web. The guide itself was a conceptual precursor of the wiki, and one of Adam's projects was a wiki-style version of the guide for Earthlings, known as H2G2. And yes, that's pretty fucking fantastic if you can get a hold of it. Now, he wrote 2 novels about Dirk Gently, a holistic detective who solves cases by studying the fundamental interconnectedness of all things. And critics loved it, but the audience never latched on. The people who would be drawn to it because of Hitchhiker's Guide they didn't enjoy it as much. And the people who probably would have liked it more were kept away because of all the zeitgeist around Hitchhikers. It's like Faulty Towers and Monty Python. They're both amazing and great, but they don't necessarily appeal to the same people. He also made a graphic adventure game, computer game, called Starship Titanic that did pretty good. And they even made a book about it. But he didn't write the book. He wrote the story in the game, but by this time he was just, his fingers were in too many pies, and he wasn't going to fuck about with the deadline, so Terry Jones wrote it. In fact, speaking of deadlines, Adam said this: I love deadlines. I love the whooshing sound they make as they fly by me. Notoriously, he missed many, many deadlines. And he tragically died of a heart attack at the age of 49 while running on the treadmill at his local gym. We missed out on a lot. He would be so pleased with the internet today. Now, he had no bad habits, right? Wasn't a heavy drinker, smoker, anything like that. And he was working out in the gym. He left behind a wife and a daughter. And that is very sad. I don't want to say it's more sad, but it affects more people that he left behind a fucking immense stack after stack after stack of unfinished projects whose deadlines whooshed by him. The Hitchhiker's movie was at the top of the list. The film had been languishing in development hell for over a decade, and he was toiling away on the script when he died. Another screenwriter took over after his passing. Adams was also working on a new game for Hitchhikers, and he was in the beginning stages of a novel. He hadn't decided if it was Dirk Gently or Hitchhikers. It was going to be one of those. And speaking of the afterlife, he described himself as radically atheist. So he's probably not hanging about somewhere to see all the new iterations. The game was scrapped. No one else was going to pick it up. The novel was published as an unfinished work with no focus and hard to follow. The BBC is doing more radio shows, one after another after another. They even got a hold of some of his rough notes and decided to spring with that to fucking try to churn out as much as they can. And as Marvin the Robot would say, ghastly, isn't it? Now, I know the hat looks stupid, but, you take your hat off on someone. Although this reminds me of wearing a beret in the military, those things were a pain in the ass. You get them on where they kind of fit and look halfway decent. Then you never want to take the motherfucker off, because as soon as you do, you'll have to put it back on, and it's going to suck. What do we got here? Yeah. Boom. I know. Good, exciting video. Now, I figure this is as good a time as any to jump onto a do a quick share of a YouTube channel that I happen to like. Here we go. This is Mary Hallberg. I'm sorry, Mary Hallberg. Now, I moved it up there. I'm not getting up. I bought one of her books, and I have been in the process of reading it on streams. She's a very, very talented writer. She is a very, very talented YouTuber. I am a big fan, and you should absolutely check her out. Go jump on her Amazon store and pick up some of those and watch videos. It's true crime, but true crime is a little exciting, I think. Let me also talk about these. Let me see if I can do this. All right. All right. And that is a pain in the ass. Here we go. All right. This is my new little tortoise. Now, I believe we have a female, but we are not entirely sure. Go ahead and share some of these pictures. Yeah. Now look at this tiny little thing, still a newborn, stretching out an arm. Unbelievably cute, right? Let's stop sharing. Because we don't want to, yeah. It's all good. All right, last one for this. No, be careful with this share screen, you know? Boom, right there. Now, I did a little inspection today, and I am fairly confident that this is a female. Now, what type of animal is this? Well, this is a sulcata. They are very, very big. Now, this is a newborn. Still has the little tooth on the tip of the beak when I got her. Have not named the baby yet. Wanted to try to confirm reasonably. So I will name the baby on Monday. So then I'll have to be settled on something. That's a challenge at least. Now, I did not want to get a baby turtle, but I was out and I saw it, and it was not being taken the best care of, right? Like, you know how there's those puppy mills everyone hates so much? Well, they have them for all animals, I imagine. So, it's too cold, there's no lights, and I put my hand down in the little container, and she just runs like, and yes, they can move quickly, to my hand and just crawls right in. It's just, and just clung to me. And I tried to set her down, and just, she wasn't having it. Now, tortoises, when they are happy, will kind of click their tongues a little bit. They don't, exactly have powerful vocal cords or anything. I've once seen the videos of turtles procreating, and it's a kind of weird sound. Yeah, that's what the turtles do when they bang. So I thought it might be fun to share a little bit about the type of itty bitty baby that I got. Now, this is all coming from the Maryland Zoo, right? Now, this is the sulcata tortoise, also known as the African spur-thighed tortoise. Now, they come from Africa. They are not endangered, but they are vulnerable. They eat plants. They eat no meat. They love weeds and greens. grasses. Cactus is a big one. They live about 70 to 100 years. And you will notice length, 3 feet. And weight, 200 pounds. 200 pounds. The itty bitty little thing that I was holding up like that. Yeah, that itty bitty baby. 200 pounds. But we're looking at 8 inches the first year. And roughly doubling every year for the first few. Now again, this comes from the Maryland Zoo, is who I chose to shout out for this. Maryland is a wonderful state. I very much enjoy Maryland. Baltimore is a shithole. Baltimore, you suck, and you know you suck. You have some good pizza, though. Now, the sulcatas are big and slow, but they are tough. They're big, giant tanks. They average shells about like this and about 100 pounds. But it's not uncommon for 150 pounds and 25, 35 inches in length. Now, what these little fuckers do is they dig. They dig and they dig and they dig. And do they get out in the daytime? Do they get out in the nighttime? They get out when it's the temperature that they like. That's it. Now, they do well in very, very hot and very dry environments. But cold weather, how do they do in cold weather? Not as bad. Now, really cold weather, they're fucked. These are cold-blooded animals. But they do very, very well with hibernating. I personally never hibernate mine. I know there's different people with different opinions on this, but I don't hibernate mine. Now, what I love about these guys is the African spur-thighed tortoise, sulcata. Like I said, these guys dig, right? They dig like a motherfucker. They dig better than anyone else around. And these guys are in Africa. All the other animals love to get in their burrows, to escape the heat, to live there, to look for water, to escape from larger predators. Like, every fucking animal around loves these holes. So, I have read this and I've heard this in multiple places. I cannot verify this to be 100% accurate. But I've heard it many times and I like it. So I will tell you. Because everything loves their burrows so much that all the fucker animals out there like them. They're like, hey, don't kill and eat that. Nope, nope, nope. That's what gives us those big burrows. All right, cool. So when they're itty bitty, sometimes, a lot of times, I am told that certain species will chase the birds away to make sure they don't get eaten because they are extremely valuable. Now, because of that, they tend to have very few predators. So that means they're super friendly and sweet. Not completely. The females tend to be nicer, which is what makes me think uh, that this baby is a girl. But it's still a baby, so most babies are pretty nice. Yeah, the males will knock you over. Maybe they're mean, maybe they're just playful. But yeah, they will sneak up on you and knock you over. They will ram people. They won't hurt you. They don't care that much. But yeah, they'll fuck with you a little bit, and they're kind of grumpy. If you give them the food that they don't like, they will let you know. And when they're 200 pounds, being grumpy, they can definitely let you know. But yeah, I wasn't going to get this one, but yeah. Now, they move slowly and conserve energy, which allows them to go weeks without food. Now, they usually eat grass, desert scrub. They graze. They always want to graze. Now, this is a slightly misleading statement here, right? Boom. Wow, I don't like that color. They get the water they need from the plants they eat. Water is scarce in their habitat, and it's not known that wild spurs thighs do on the rare occasion. It's not known what they do when they encounter water. At the zoo, they do not appear to drink water and show very little interest in water. This confirms that they're getting all the water they need from their diet. Wrong. All right. I don't want to be that asshole who's like, no, zoo experts, you're wrong. For all pet owners, I would like you to think of this as being wrong. You should have water available to your sulcatas. Yes, they will get in the water. The ones from the wild, and yes, many at the zoo are from the wild, or they are raised as though they're in the wild. Yes, they don't know. They're not familiar with water. They don't want to get stuck in the water. Yeah, gotcha. Having a plate of water that they can fucking get in. They will lay down in it. They will put their fucking heads in, and you can watch as they drink the fucking water. They don't drink a lot, but they do. So yes, don't not give your fucking sulcatas water. Don't just assume they're going to get all the water they need from grass and cactus. Now, yes, there's water in cactus, but your fucking crabgrass in your yard, probably not enough water for them. So yeah, give the fuckers water. That is my little speech on that one. They are large and very strong. They can knock over heavy objects easily. They ram each other. Now, that is how they fight, but it's also how boys tell girls that they like them. Much like first graders. Why'd you hit me? 'Cause you're stupid. Why'd you hit me? I hit him because I like him. Oh, she's not being mean. That's how she... Yeah, they're like that. But they will fucking dig and dig and dig and dig and dig. Also, if one gets very attached to you, it'll kind of bump you and like rub on you. When they get to 200 pounds and they bump and rub on you, you might eat dirt. What eats me? Sulcata tortoises have few natural predators. They're able to withdraw completely into their shells, leaving only the front surface of their scaled forelegs and the soles of their back feet showing. They are more at the mercy of their harsh habitat and humans than other animal predators. Now, they don't raise their young. They bang, they shoot out babies, and then parents just leave. And they mate during the rainy season, which varies. Now, I had some in Seattle, and they just wanted to bang all the time. Apparently, something about the rain just makes them want to just bang. Yeah. Now, they are listed as vulnerable by the world's leading conservation organization. They are threatened by habitat loss and over collection for pet trade, which makes me go, I got one as a pet. I've had them before. Yes, there is nothing wrong with getting them as pets. The concern is that we are feeding into an industry that is farming the shit out of these awesome, curious, crafty little shits that go from the size of a 50-cent piece to the size of a large, or the size of a short, fat man, adult. Anyways, if you have any suggestions on a female name for a tortoise, throw it in the chat, send me a message, something like that. I will read it. Can't promise I'll like it. So we talked about my new baby. Sorry. So we talked about my new baby. We talked about Douglas Adams and his fantastic story. I led with that. I have a tendency of leading with stupid, annoying, long, rambling things, and people just don't. I notice when I go with something a little more exciting, I get more views, and the views last a little longer. Now, I just want to shout out a channel or so before I go on to the next topic. And after that topic, I want to tell you about my other turtle. All right. Why are they not showing up? All right. That's just weird. We'll get it, though. By the way, anyone that is watching this on Facebook, I am unable to see your comments, and where I'm not really looking at the studio, I might not get your comments anyways, but I do appreciate comments. They are fantastic. And please leave comments on the video. Like and subscribe. Now, this is, I have given this one a shout out before, from way back when. This is the Habibi podcast. Now, he changed his name briefly, but I didn't like the name he chose. It was like his name. It was like Adam's podcast or something, and it just wasn't nearly as cool as Habibi, right? I love it. Now, this guy, he will throw out a handful of videos every few days, right? So it's like he'll throw out 3-4 videos every 3 or 4 days. They're short. They're usually less than 10 minutes. He covers a wide variety of topics. He's very much into sports. He stays up to date on current events. He does not get political. He doesn't. He will cover political topics, but he does not attack either side. I think this is a good example. Habibi, don't sue me. Great intro.
Today we're going to be talking about the weekend and its weird transformations and how
All right, that's terrible. He has great intros. I can't believe I picked like the one video. All right. Here's one where he's just talking about cancel culture, right? I love the intro. Looks tight, professional, nice.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. I don't usually do stories like this, but we're gonna.
Now, he's got good lighting. He's a very handsome young man. He's got over in the corner THP, the Habibi podcast. He's got a nice little studio set up, and the audio is good. I really hate that I showed. First one I pop up was like the only I've never seen him not with his little background and stuff. Like, man, he must have been visiting a friend or something. But yeah, he'll cover everything from the weekend's weird plastic surgery face to cancel culture to soccer to boxing. He seems to be very much interested in journalism and hosts because he was very detailed and he did a fantastic video on the death of Larry King. So check out the Habibi podcast. If you Google it, I mean, there's not that many Habibi podcasts out there. Check him out. Give him a like, give him a subscribe. Tell him I sent you his way. Yeah. And I have not done this in a while, but if you go on my page, my home page of YouTube, I got a link to this guy. Splattervision is my co-host generally once a week. He is kind enough to bring me on his podcast on Tuesdays where we cover Hollywood and movies. It's called the Hollywood Morgue. Now this guy is, yeah, here we go. Right. Boom. Look at that handsome man. Oh, and I'm there too. The guy is young. And I'm not saying this is an insult. I'm saying this is a compliment. This gentleman is young. He is respectful. He is smart. He has good work ethic, a wide range of knowledge when it comes to movies and music. Not so much on sports, though, brother. Love you, but you don't know sports. And always a blast to chat with. He jumps on my podcasts regularly. He is the only one I've ever had as a guest on a rambling episode. So there's that. Brick Bats is my other podcast where I generally just go a little bit off the rails, talk about current events, and it's more pointed, more discussion based. But you have to check out Splatter. Now, let us talk about Swift and his modest proposal. Now I know what you're thinking. What did Taylor Swift do? Oh, not Taylor Swift. This is from the 18th century. I thought it was the mid-18th century, but looking at my notes, no, it is the early to mid 18th century. So there's that. Let me just sorry. I do love Microsoft Office. I do. But honestly, I prefer Microsoft Word, and I'm not paying a shit ton of money for Office. I'm not. So there's that. I am very much aware. Apparently I say that is that a lot. All right. I will have to put on the spectacles. And I'm reading from Notepad because, yeah, I'm not buying Office. A modest proposal for preventing the children of poor people in Ireland from being a burden on their parents or country, and for making them beneficial to the public, by Dr. Jonathan Swift, 1729. Now, I'm reading the actual shit that he wrote, and the times have changed, and English and Irish weren't always the same language, and English and American certainly is not the same language. So, if I say something that sounds odd, Panda's going to try to tell you it's because I'm drunk. It is clearly because of regional dialects and the way that they have changed over generations. Also, I drink a lot of whiskey. So there's that. And I'll fight the urge to read it all in an Irish accent because I want you to actually be able to understand it. It is a melancholy object. It is a melancholy object to those who walk through this great town or travel in the country when they see the streets, the roads, and cabin doors crowded with beggars of the female sex, followed by 3, 4, or 6 children, all in rags and importuning every passenger for an alms. These mothers, instead of being able to work for their honest livelihoods, are forced to employ all of their time in strolling to beg sustenance for their helpless infants, who, as they grow up, either turn thieves for want of work, or leave their dear native country to fight for the Pretender in Spain, or sell themselves to the Barbados. Now, first I just got to point out that employ, spelled wrong. Strolling, spelled wrong. And there will be things that are sexist and most likely racist. Very cancelable things. Offensive things. Now, when I read this to you and you're like, well, that offends me, good. It was 1729, someone being offensive in 1729. If you don't think this is offensive, you're in the minority. Because I think this is humorous because it is funny how offensive this is, and how I don't know if 1729 this could come off as not extremely offensive, but just kind of an asshole thing to do, or if this is actually acceptable. I'm really hoping it wasn't acceptable. So yes, I walk down the streets and I see women with kids begging for money. And those kids are either going to be thieves, or they'll move to Spain, or they'll sell themselves to the Barbados Navy. Okay. Well, of those scenarios, I'd rather them not be thieves breaking into my house, but hey, because Spain and Barbados are not Ireland. So yeah, while that sucks, it doesn't affect me. I think it is agreed by all parties that this prodigious number of children in the arms or on the backs or at the heels of their mothers, and frequently of their fathers, is in the present deplorable state of the kingdom a very great additional grievance, and therefore whoever could find out a fair, cheap, and easy method of making these children sound and useful members of the Commonwealth would deserve so well of the public as to have his statue set up for a preserver of the nation. Some of that dialogue sounds like current politicians, does it not? Which is a bit scary. Now, one moment. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. Boom. Taking a quick video of my video. The behind the scenes of the behind the scenes. But my intention is very far from being confined to provide only for the children of professed beggars. It is of a much greater extent, and shall take in the whole number of infants at a certain age who are born of parents, in effect, as little able to support them as those who demand our charity in the streets. I'm not just going to feed the kids, I'm going to solve the problem of all the unwanted kids. All right? As to my own part, having 25 years important and maturely weighed the several, I have always found them grossly mistaken in their computation. It is true, a child just dropped from its dam may be supported by her milk, for a solar year. Solar year as opposed to the lunar year? Might be a difference, actually, I don't know. With little other nourishment, at most not above the value of 2 shillings, which the mother may certainly get, or the value in scraps by her lawful occupation of begging. And it is exactly at 1 year old that I propose to provide for them in such a manner as, instead of being a charge upon their parents or the parish, or wanting food and raiment for the rest of their lives, they shall, on the contrary, contribute to the feeding and partly to the clothing of many thousands. Wow. So 13 months old and they're going to contribute? This is exciting. How is this going to work? Right? There is likewise another great advantage in my scheme, that it will prevent those voluntary abortions and that horrid practice of women murdering their bastard children. Alas, too frequent among us sacrificing the poor innocent babes. I doubt more to avoid the expense than the shame, which would move tears and pity in the most savage and inhuman breast. All right, so you're going to prevent all abortions and all mothers murdering their kids, who apparently, if you're murdering your kid out of shame, while it's bad, it's not nearly as bad as murdering your kid because he can't afford it. Again, these are not my words. These are the words of Dr. Jonathan Swift. Both Panda and I are against murdering children in any sense. If you look at this 3-month-old and go, I can't afford you, or you look at this 3-month-old and say, I'm ashamed that I had you, both Panda and I have many better solutions than murder the fucker. Don't do that. I like kids. But yeah, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? It's not like they're murdering them out of shame. No, they're murdering them to save money. Gotcha. As a Catholic, I would like to point out that Ireland is a very, very Catholic nation, and we Catholics are not big fans of just taking life needlessly. Like, a lot of Catholics get so fucking up in arms about the sanctity of life that they fucking go off over condoms. And this guy's like, not murdering him out of shame. Dude, I don't like you. Sorry, I know, rambling. I should totally name the channel the Rambling Doc J because I get on side topics. Apparently I'm having audio issues. Must be the internet. The number of souls in this kingdom being usually reckoned 1.5 million. Of these, I calculate there may be about 200,000 couple whose wives are breeders. All right. Also, if my audio's bad, say something in the chat. Whose wife? All right, see, I just saw myself go black. Grr. Fucking internet. I hate this fucking godforsaken place. The number of souls in this kingdom being usually reckoned 1.5 million. Of these, I calculate there may be about 200,000 couple whose wives are breeders, from which number I subtract 30,000 couple who are able to maintain their own children, although I apprehend there cannot be so many under this present distresses of the kingdom. But this being granted, there will remain 100 languages and 70,000 breeders. I again subtract 50,000 for those women who miscarry or whose children die by accident or disease within the year. There only remain 100 120,000 children of poor parents annually born. The question, therefore, is how this number shall be reared and provided for, which, as I have already said, under the present situation of affairs, is utterly impossible by all the methods hitherto proposed. For we can neither employ them in handicraft or agriculture, both misspelled by the way. We neither build houses, in the country, nor cultivate land. They can very seldom pick up a livelihood by stealing till they arrive at 6 years old, except where they are of towardly parts, although I confess they learned the rudiments of much earlier. I believe he's referencing during which time they can, however, be properly looked upon only as probationers, as I have been informed by a principal gentleman in the county of Cavan, who protested to me that he never knew above 1 or 2 instances under the age of 6, so renowned for the quickest proficiency in that art. Alright. I did not know it was going to go on that path. 1729 or not. I just want to dig that fucker's corpse up now and piss on it. I am assured by our merchants that a boy or girl before 12 years old is no saleable commodity. And even when they come to this pound, they will not yield above 3 pounds or 3 pounds and a half at most. $3, $3.50 on the exchange, which cannot turn to account either to the parents or kingdom the charge of nutriments and rags having been at least 4 times that value. This is less funny the further I read. I shall now therefore humbly propose my thoughts, which I hope will not be liable to the least objection. Now, how shitty does his idea have to be to bring up 12-year-olds being sold on the market? I shall now therefore humbly propose my own thoughts. It's got to be bad. I've been assured by a very knowing American of my acquaintance in London that a young, healthy child, well nursed, is, at a year old, a most delicious, nourishing, and wholesome food. Whether stewed, roasted, baked, or boiled, and I make no doubt that it will equally serve in a fricassee or a ragouste. Dear Lord, I knew it was going to be bad, but yeah, we're definitely going to need some positivity after this one. Wow. So his solution is there's so many poor kids and children selling themselves in an adult way that this is his solution. I want to read it. I do therefore humbly offer it to public consideration that of the 120,000 children already computed, this is a few hundred years before computers. I'm just getting an update on my audio. Of the 120,000 may be reserved for breed, whereof only 1/4 part to be males. Really? So they got a 75% female rate? This dude started out with, nothing's worse than seeing females on the street, whatever. Also, he calls them breeders. Like, anyone else catching that vibe? Which is more than we allow to sheep, black cattle, or swine. But the white cattle, they can have as many dudes as they want. And my reason is that these children are seldom the fruits of marriage, a circumstance not much regarded by our savages. Therefore, one male will be sufficient to serve 4 females, that the remaining 100,000 may, at a year old, be offered in sale to the persons of quality and fortune through the kingdom, always advising the mother to let them suck plentifully in the last month, as to render them plump and fat for a good table. A child will make 2 dishes at an entertainment for friends, and when the family dines alone, the fore or hind quarter will make a reasonable dish, and seasoned with a little pepper or salt, will be very good boiled on the 4th day, especially in winter. I have reckoned upon a medium that a child just born will weigh 12 pounds, and in a solar year, if tolerably nursed, increaseth to 28 pounds. Okay, you either went to a medium, as in a psychic, or you are saying on average. I grant this food will be somewhat dear, and therefore very proper for landlords who, as they already devoured most of the parents, seem to have the best title to the children. Infant's flesh will be in season. Go, go. I know. Infant's flesh will be in season throughout the year, but more plentiful in March, and a little before and after. For we are told by a grave author and eminent French physician that fish, being a prolific, misspelled, diet, misspelled, there are more children born in Roman Catholic, misspelled, countries about 9 months after Lent. The markets will be more glutted than usual, because the number of popish infants is at least 3 to 1 in this kingdom, and therefore it will have one other collateral advantage by lessening the number of papists among us. Papists meaning Catholics. Oh, fuck me. I have already computed the charge of nursing a beggar's child, in which list I reckon all cottagers, laborers, and 4/5 of all farmers, just 80%, to be about 2 shillings per annum, rags included. And I believe no gentleman would repine to give 10 shillings. Gotta hold your hand, buddy. Give 10 shillings for the carcass of a good fat child, which I have said will make 4 dishes of excellent nutritive meat, when he hath only some particular friend or his own family to dine with him. Thus the squire will learn to be a good landlord, and grow popular among his tenants. The mother will have 8 shillings neat profit, and be fit for work till she produces another child. Those who are more thrifty, as I must confess, the times require, may flee the carcass. I don't know that. The skin of which, artificially dressed, will make an This is getting me fucking drunk. All right. I'm sorry, I need Domo for this one. By the way, I have Nerdy Domo, and I know it's shitty to leave his tags on, but this is a freakishly expensive one. Man, the humor is fading fast. Those who are more thrifty, as I must confess, the times require, may flee the carcass. I think that means flay. Because the skin of which, artificially dressed, will make admirable gloves for ladies and summer boots for fine gentlemen. We are talking about children over the age of 1, under the age of 2. Well, he didn't give a minimum age, but yeah. Basically all bastard and poor kids once they hit 13 months, but the Catholic ones. The Papists, yeah, this dude's clearly a Protestant who's like, yeah, Catholics keep having way too many kids. Let's kill them off. We can feed the poor and make gloves and boots. Yeah, Panda, I know. Should have read it first. It is probably funny, though. As to our city of Dublin, shambles may be appointed for this purpose, in the most convenient parts of it, and butchers may be assured will not be wanting, although I rather recommend buying Yeah, I need you both for this one. As to our city of Dublin, shambles may be appointed for this purpose in the most convenient parts of it, and butchers may be assured will not be wanting, although I rather recommend buying the children alive and dressing them hot from the knife, as we do roasting pigs. A very worthy person, a true lover of his country, and whose virtues I highly esteem, was lately pleased in discoursing on this matter to offer a refinement upon my scheme. So this dude talked to enough people that he got support before posting it publicly. He said that many gentlemen of this kingdom, having of late destroyed their deer, he conceived the want of venison might well supplied by the bodies of young lads and maidens not exceeding 14 years of age, but not under 12. So great a number of both sexes in every county being now ready to starve for want of work and service, and these be disposed of by their parents if alive, or otherwise by their nearest relations, but with due deference to so excellent a friend and deserving a patriot, I cannot be altogether in his sentiments. For as to the males, my American acquaintance assured me from frequent experience that their flesh was tough and lean, like that of our schoolboys, by continual exercise, and their taste disagreeable, and to fatten them would not answer the charge. That as to the females, it would, I think, with humble submission, be a loss to the public, because they soon would become breeders themselves, and besides, it is not improbable that such scrupulous people might be apt to censure such a practice, although indeed very unjustly, to censure the practice of fucking eating kids and as a little bordering upon cruelty, as a little bit touching upon being cruel, which I confess hath always been with me the strongest objection against my project, how well soever intended. So it's unjust to think that his plan is immoral, although he has considered that it does come off as cruel. But let's not be unreasonable. He intends it in a good way. Yeah, see, I thought this was going to be half as long and 10 times as funny. In order to justify my friend, he confessed that this expedient was put into his head by the famous Salmanazar, a native of the island Formosa, who came from thence to London above 20 years ago, and in conversation told my friend that in his country, when any young person happened to be put to death, the executioner sold the carcass to persons of quality as a prime dainty, and that in his time, the body of a plump girl of 15 who was crucified for an attempt to poison the emperor was sold to his imperial majesty's prime minister of state and other great mandarins of the court in joints from the gibbet at 400 crowns. I will fucking finish this. Neither indeed can I deny that if the same use were made of several plump young girls in this town without one single groat to their fortunes, cannot stir abroad without a chair, and appear at a playhouse and assemblies in foreign fineries, which they never will pay for, the kingdom would not be for the worse. I have too long digressed, and therefore shall return to my subject. I think that the advantages by the proposal which I have made are obvious and many, as well as of the highest importance. For first, I have already observed, it would greatly lessen the number of Catholics, he says papists, which are yearly overrun, being the principal breeders of the nation, as well as our most dangerous enemies. All right. Yeah, this damn funny video is making me put on my fucking rosary. He repeats this thing about for every Catholic born, you either get a thief or a criminal or a soldier for Spain who's fighting for the evil Pope. And they could take life of good Protestant. His second argument is the poor people will finally have something valuable, a child, that they can pay their landlord's rent, their corn and cattle being seized, and money being something they don't know of. Right. So just keep fucking making roast beef sandwiches. Third, the maintenance of 100,000 children from 2 years old and upwards cannot be counted. So this will cut the cost of raising the kids. And it's cruel to let them starve, but totally cool to kill them, painlessly. Oh, no, wait. Actually, he already said, actually, it would be best to keep them alive. And just, yeah. Fourthly, the constant breeders will be rid of the charge of maintaining their children. Yeah, you already said that. Fifthly, this food will bring great custom. This food will bring great custom to taverns, where the vintners will certainly be so prudent as to procure the best receipts for dressing it to perfection, and constantly have their houses frequented by all the fine gentlemen. Sixthly, this would be a great inducement to marriage, seeing as if you're married and Protestant and you shit out a few babies, it won't be taken away from you and sold off as fucking livestock. He doesn't have a seventhly. Many other advantages might be enumerated. For instance, the addition of some 1,000 carcasses in our exportation of swine flesh. Improvement in the art of making good bacon, so much wanted among us by the great destruction of pigs, too frequent at our tables, which are no way incomparable in taste or magnificence to a well-grown, fat, yearly child, which roasted whole will make a considerable figure at a Lord Mayor's feast or any other public, misspelled, entertainment. But this and many others I omit, being studious of the brevity. He literally fucking said, one of the benefits to cooking and eating Catholic babies is we won't waste pigs on people trying to learn how to cook and make bacon. Yes, because pigs are way more valuable than Catholic children. For the record, in case you hadn't guessed, yes, I have a rosary. Yes, I'm Catholic. And while I don't ever want to put my religion on anyone else, you motherfucker want to say my kids are worth less than pigs? Oh, you're making this too shitty to be funny. Supposing that 1,000 families in this city would be constant customers for infant flesh, besides others who might have it at merry meetings, particularly at weddings and christenings, I compute that Dublin would take off annually about 20,000 carcasses, and the rest of the kingdom, where probably they will be sold cheaper, the remaining 80,000. Gotcha. So he thinks 100,000 dead babies in Ireland. Yeah. Totally against abortion, but fucking slaughtering and cooking children? As long as they're Catholic kids, right? I can think of no single objection that will possibly be raised against this proposal unless it should be urged that the number of people will be thereby much lessened in the kingdom. This I freely own and admit. It was indeed one principal design in the offering of this plan to the world. I desire the reader will observe that I calculate my remedy for this one individual kingdom of Ireland, and for no other that ever was, is, or I think ever can be upon earth. Therefore let no man talk to me of other expedients, of taxing our absentees at 5 shillings a pound, of using neither cloths, I'm assuming, nor household furniture, except what is of our own growth and manufacture. Okay. Of utterly rejecting the materials and instruments that promote foreign luxury, of curing the expensiveness of pride, vanity, idleness, and gaming in our women, of introducing a vein of parsimony, prudence, and temperance, of learning to love our country. So what he's saying is, I don't want to hear you talk about raising taxes. I don't want to hear you talk about buying locally and supporting our workers. I don't want to hear you talk about anything about putting Ireland first and helping the citizens of this kingdom until we get rid of all those evil fucking Catholics. If you're willing to put this country first, then you should be willing to cook and serve Catholic children. Fair proposal of dealing, yeah. As to myself, having been wearied out for many years with offering vain, idle, visionary thoughts, and at length utterly despairing of success, I fortunately fell upon this proposal, which, as it is wholly new, so it hath something solid and real, of no expense and little troubling, full in power, we can incur no danger in disobliging England. For this kind of commodity will not bear exportation, and flesh being of too tender a consistence. No, sorry, spelled wrong. Consistence. Man, language changes over the years. To admit a long continuance in salt, although perhaps I could name a country which would be glad to eat up our whole nation without it. All right, I'm going to skip that next part. The country doesn't lose anything in this barbaric, horrible, hateful practice, because those who will suffer, they're not people we should care about. Now I'm going to give the closing statement. I profess in the sincerity of my heart that I have not the least personal interest in endeavoring to promote this necessary work. You lying piece of shit. You just fucking, what was that, 8 pages? No. Yeah. Wow. 7.5 pages. You promoted this, having no other motive than the public good of my country by advancing our trade, providing for infants, relieving the poor, and giving some pleasure to the rich. I have no children by which I can propose to get a single penny. The youngest being 9 years old, and the wife past childbearing. Well, I'm pretty sure you said up to 14 years old. So yeah, you got a kid. How about you start with your kid? Now, this comes from Dr. Jonathan Swift, 1729. Now, this was supposed to be funny. Supposed to be a humorous little thing. I can now take my rosary off. I need a little help from Jesus to get through that one. Oh, fuck me. Now, let's try to unpack that one. I know. It's not the bald head. Because, I fucking shave. It's the fucking glare. And it's thing. So, Robert Smith, when you want to, although you've been commenting less on you're bald, because, come on, grow the fuck up. Bald, shiny light, see, shine, shine, shine. It's not the bald I'm covering. You see the bald. It's the fucking bright glare. That's why I wear a hat when I got the light on. And if I turn the light off, then it just creates some weird shadows. And then I just worry about that. Like I'm worrying about the fucking hat being crooked. I know. So glad I'm not OCD, right? So, what was supposed to be a cute, funny story about this fucking moron presented the most offensive thing ever. As I was reading it, it's like, I'm losing the humor here. Like, I remember it being, take all the poor kids and fucking cook them and sell them for purses and blah, 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 and sell the meat. And just remembering, that is so fucked up, so awful, horrible. It is so horrible, it makes me laugh. And then I'm reading it, and it's like, over and over again, like, I mean, these specific people, like, wait, all right, now this is, I'm getting mad because you're being fucking prejudiced. Like, yes, I know you're being an evil moron, but fuck. That's something to laugh at. Then he's like, these kids are okay and these kids aren't okay. And girls, well, they won't taste as good. So we'll just sell them in. So yeah, that fucking humor bounced out of that one. Fuck me. That sucks. All right. Now, we're going to wrap this up. I'm looking at the time, not going to do the last story. I have to say, if you are I tend to look good in gray. If I'm clean shaven, my eyes, I have very nice eyelashes. And there are certain ways to present myself to make me look more attractive. If you are a redhead, a red-haired Irish lovely wearing emerald green, I don't know why the green and the red matches. It just does, and that's why that's the Christmas colors. Black and orange, it fits, and that's why it's Halloween colors. Now, if you are a caramel colored whatever shade of brown that is, and you wear white, it complements, right? You have the complementary and the contrasting color scale, right? Whatever color you wear will either complement or contrast. So, my employee was wearing green eyeshadow with her green eyes. It complements her green eyes and it pulls the attention there. And she was wearing a white blouse. And it made her eyes pop. But the white blouse made it contrasted with her skin tone and pulled the attention away from her very pretty eyes to her skin complexion, which she has nice complexion, but it drew away from her most positive quality. Now, let's say you have caramel color skin and you're wearing a white blouse. That will accentuate your skin color. And that is a good thing. Now, I know that we're not allowed to have a preference for your coloration or anything like that. Fuck you. I don't care. Outside of America, people like, I want someone tall and pale with red hair. Right? It's not wrong to like something. And this is why the channel is Rambling Doc J, because I'm going on a speech. But yeah, oh yeah, let's wrapping up. I was just trying to find something positive to fucking get off that topic. That guy was just like, let's murder all the people that I disagree with. Fucking hell, no. Like, that's hateful. That's evil. That's awful. Now, I look at, I'm at a big convention, and there's an older lady there with her husband, and she has long red hair and bright blue eyes, and she's wearing a green dress, and he is shorter than her, and he is wearing green as well, and he's got a green vest on over a dark colored shirt. I'm like, your hair, your dress, perfect. Brother, your wife, she looks amazing. She's on it. And you are wearing a green kilt match her? Hell yeah. You guys look great together. Great. You think your wife looks great? Obviously. Your green vest looks good on you. Does kind of pull away the attention from your wife. Now I know your wife's beautiful, gorgeous, and everyone's looking at her. Don't be jealous. Take off the green vest. Let her shine. Now, was she an attractive person? Well, I linked my YouTube, so she's watching and she knows she is. But even if she wasn't, it was about making her look good. He wanted his wife to look good. She wanted to look good. Boom. Little tiny things. Everyone sees it different. It's all about finding the positive. That whole fucking funny story about look how stupid and offensive this guy is. Yeah. Hurt my feelings. It was like, fuck. Alright. It's kids. You know, if he was talking about rounding up the homeless people and fucking grinding them into chuck roast, I'd be right there with everybody. Fucking laughing and having a good time. Like, this motherfucker wants to round up the homeless and make hamburgers? Alright, cool. But man, once I keep reading about him saying which kids, fucking breaks my heart. Fucks me up. So yeah, I'm trying to go on a big side rant. And the whole fucking thing put me off the rails. Stop it, internet. Stop it. One more. Come on. Boom. I had a good story to cover. It's, I don't know how I got on a British television rabbit hole, but I won't spoil this one. Good story. That one gets pushed off because fucking hell. I got all sensitive on that one. Fucking kids, man. Kids. I know I even threw it in the fucking description, like, blank, blank, blank kids, but I didn't know I was going to go into details about which kids, and let's, done with the topic. Now, I talked about my beautiful little baby. Oh, she is so cute. Look at this tiny little turtle. Right? Now, I spent the day, well, not the day, I spent the whole fucking weekend away on stupid conventions. But I got home today and I inspected the genitals of my turtle. And with a magnifying glass and looking at it with her personality and the front legs, I know it's too young to tell, but I'm sitting at 75 female. So I shared my beautiful, probably female, Tortoise. She's so cute. I didn't want her, but damn it. I couldn't just leave her behind. And I talked about sulcutas and what they are. And I know in the wild they get all the water they want from what they eat. Give them water. If they don't drink it, they don't drink it. It'll be fine. But you give them water and they drink it, then yeah. Then maybe they don't want to get all their water from fucking food. Maybe you shop at Whole Foods or Sam's Club or Walmart or fucking Save a Bunch, and their water levels just aren't good enough. You know, I drink a lot. I mean, I drink a lot of booze, but outside of booze, when I'm sober, not drinking alcohol at all, I drink a lot. I am a person who always has a water bottle or a soda bottle around because I'm constantly drinking. I'm just one of those. I like to drink. I also like to, drink. Maybe the rambling Doc J rambles so much that Panda falls asleep. Come on. Sorry. And all the talking gives me cotton mouth, and that's why I drink a lot. I don't know. Maybe your fucking tortoise likes to fucking chew on a cute little toy that you put in there. And that gives cotton mouth. Just fucking give your turtles water. Now, not my first post-divorce, losing everything, blah, 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 new life, all that shit, turtle. I went to Mexico. Now, I know you think I'm saying that and it's all racist, right? You only think that because it's all racist. But it's funny. So there. No, sorry, I just had to get that set up. No browser. Fuck you, browser. So why don't you use Google Chrome? I'm not reloading the page. Just wait. Just wait. Take a second. You're just fucking with the VPN. Yes, I am in Bosnia-Herzegovina. No, I don't know what that country's called now. Fuck you, VPN. All right. Sorry. Now, I have a beautiful fucking shithead. Oh, this little asshole. All right. Now, there he is. This is George. Now, George oh, wait a minute. Something's wrong. I may have clicked the wrong thing here. All right, boom. All right, here we go. Now, this is George. I went to Mexico. I was just bummed and unhappy, and I lived in New Mexico, so It's not like I went far. I fucking went to the end of the highway and it's make a left to the nearest New Mexico town, or make a right and go to Old Mexico. Now, in all fairness, you do have to, about a quarter mile before you get to the border, pull off on a gravel road and follow that till you're in New Mexico. But, you know, if you try to drive on the main highway, sorry. Anyways. I wasn't getting any pets, and they had Russian tortoises. And they had two of them. One was beautiful, healthy, smart, you know, all the positive things that you look for. And the other one boom. The other one was deformed. When you look, yeah, I won't do that. When you look at his beak, they have bird's beaks, and it looks like he has a mustache, right? He's deformed. There's a better picture, right? Damn it. My apologies. There is apparently some type of issue. Yeah, fuck you. Alright. So this is the one I went and got in Mexico. And, you know, you look at how he's standing. Good shell. Good pattern. His shoulders are good shape. His beak. His beak's a little fucked up, right? See, it's like a bird's beak, right? It's pointed so they can cut into fruit and seeds. And then you look at him, looks like he's got a mustache. All right, whatever. That's annoying. Sorry. Fucking internet. Fucking bullshit. Yes, I'm aware you blocked the fucking screen. You sons of bitches. I just want to share this, and then I can fucking move on. Boom. There. Now, when you look at that, you can see his beak, instead of coming to a point, it went like this. Now, there's a lot of difficulties when it comes to that. There are some health issues, some feeding issues, and honestly, it takes time and effort. And I just came across a fucking turtle pen. And they had two. And one was perfect in all physical ways. And he was presenting himself and, oh yeah. Then you had that one who was in the back fucking corner, who was like looking, but like, fuck you, I hate you, fuck you. All right. So I reached down and I fucking touch him right in the top of his head, and he hissed. He fucking tried to charge me. Oh, this one's an asshole. So I poked him again. Then I saw his face. He's broken. His beak is fucked up. He's broken. He's angry. He's an asshole. So I would never say that I am an asshole. Never. I would never say I am broken. Never. I am a kind and compassionate person. Sometimes. But a broken asshole sees another broken asshole, and we stick together. Now, I know you will look at his beak and you will see those spots and the shape, and you're like, well, I know how to fix that. It is painful. It doesn't improve anything. Look, that's my George. I take care of George, and yes, I brush his motherfucking beak when I need to. Not saying I'm a broken asshole. George is a broken asshole. And George is less broken and less of an asshole than me. So there's that. So the natural question would be, how those two gonna get along? Well, they are different species, they are different breeds, and I'm gonna be pretty paranoid about putting them together. Yes, they have seen each other, and George reacted like an asshole. He pouted and would not eat the food I gave him. And then my mother, who, those two have this weird, abusive, hateful relationship with each other. They just torture each other. It's a thing. She always brings him special fruit treats, and he will hiss, and he does the typical tortoise cursing while he eats the food. And then she calls him mean names. But honestly, he knows when she comes in the room, and he does his thing. And as much as she yells and bitches, she kind of worries about him. Those two have a weird fucking relationship. But yeah, putting those two together, I know. I should call this channel the Rambling Channel, because I'm a rambling asshole. Boom. All right. There we go. Now, George is a Russian tortoise. His kingdom, his phylum, his class, his order, his family and genus and species, and his niche. I will wrap it all up with this. George is a fucking land turtle tortoise. He lives forever and a day. And full size, he'll be about 10 inches. He lives in southern Russia, grassy plains. They don't fucking do a lot of social gathering. They're vegetarians. And George, unlike the new baby, has predators. Cats, birds, cats, dogs, humans, cats. Now, you think I said cats 8 times? Probably not. But I should have said 8 times because, yeah, they're motherfucking vicious. Alright, so Russian tortoises. Southern Russia. Central Asia. Now, there's a bunch of people, when I say Southern Russia, they go, oh, they think of Southern USSR. No. Think of China, Mongolia, parts of Russia, parts of North Korea, right? That sort of thing. Now, these assholes, I love these fuckers because they're so much like me. They live forever. They are one of the very, very, very few super centenarians on the planet. Meaning they live well over 100 years. You can count the number of species that live over 100 years on your hands, and then take those hands and shove them up your ass. Because George, that fucker's gonna live a long ass time. He's extra mean. Also, in certain locations, they will hibernate 9 months out of the year. Yeah. Now I know what you're thinking. Well, temperature, food. Yes, food and temperature are very important in their hibernation patterns. Also, they're assholes. Russian tortoises are assholes, and they will fucking hibernate just because they don't want to deal with you. I know. We don't know how important hibernation is for Russian tortoises. Because they, just gotta say, look at that. You saw those pictures of Georgie. He has perfect coloring, and he is very healthy. No pyramiding in the shells. Dude's awesome. He's just deformed, and you gotta give a little extra love for his beak. That's all. Yeah. I had to get him. I know I'm talking about 2 turtles, and both times it's like, didn't want one, but fuck, I had to. I know. Now, Russian tortoises are common pets, but few owners realize just how amazing their pets actually are. In fact, Russian tortoises are amazing examples of several very important biological concepts. Now, this is coming from biologydictionary.net. Those aren't my cringy, stupid words. I had a fucking Russian tortoise potty trained. Yep. Fucker recognized his name. He could differentiate between which voice was saying his name. Yeah. Last divorce, I lost all my everything. But yeah. Yeah. Russian tortoises, fuckers are smart. Now, talk about living forever. How many fuckers live over 100 years? It is not common. Now, of the ones you're thinking of, they're generally pretty fucking big animals, right? George, full size. Yeah, I got a system. That big. Max. He will live over 100 years. They're the only animal you will ever see that lives over 100 years at that size. Now, there's some mollusks and some worms and something called a buffalo fish. But I just want to point that one out. George will not eat computer. Come on. Stop it. But that little fucker loves the shit out of some grapes. Desert adaptations. The bigger the container, the bigger they will grow, right? Now, look at this. That is George's natural habitat, right? Now, for all you assholes that go, well, I read they get all the water they need from eating grass because they're from the desert. Give them water. Give them water. Am I saying build a giant fucking pool that takes up half their enclosure? No. I am saying this will work. I am saying take this tiny plate, right? Put water in that tiny plate. And give them water. Well, they won't drink it. Good. Cool. Awesome. They won't drink it. But they might. My little baby drinks water. Not very much, but some. Now, George, little asshole that looks like that fuckhead drinks so much water. He wants to take a bath. Alan B. Hey, Alan, you have seen the pictures of Georgie taking a bath. The little fucker loves water. Does he have to have it? Is it required by all the books? My deformed asshole, Georgie, loves to take a bath. So I get that motherfucker a bathtub, and he's got all the water he ever wants. It's not hurting nothing. So yeah. I am so sorry that the fucking shitty thing got all negative and dark. I have two beautiful turtle babies. And they're both going to live a long ass time. And both of them aren't supposed to get water. Or, I'm sorry, they don't need water. Don't worry. Give them water. Please. Please. All right, now I am going to share a fucking YouTube channel. Because, really? All right, I will do this one. While I got that pulled up, I'll try to fix these other two. Oh, let me see, I got those fixed. Boom. All right. First on the docket. Thought it might be more. Now, I am a fan of Geeks and Gamers. Sorry. Behind the scenes footage. So I'm a fan of Geeks and Gamers and whatnot. And this kid, Josiah Rises, who I don't agree with on some stuff, he made his own channel. And this is behind the scenes footage to try to encourage a Cebuano to join us. He made his own channel. No politics. No bullshit. It appears to be this guy and his friends just fucking eating food. Right? And I gotta give some love. This fucker is sharing.
What's going on, guys? Today,
meals.
What's going on, guys? Today, Mike and
Perfect example. Thank you. Josiah Rises is the famous one. Geeks and Gamers. But he makes a channel with his friends. Neither one of these two is the famous one. Now, you'll see the handsome black dude, Samoan dude, partially Hispanic dude. I would say Filipino dude, but dude just too tall. Yes, that's an aimed comment at someone. It's all good. Check out the channel. It's good people. Fucking.
I said it 3 times. Oh, sorry.
Making fun, silly commentary that's not that big a deal.
I'm kind of like that too. I'm definitely leaning a little bit on it because it would have been immediately like.
Boom. Now, the white dude is Josiah. He's famous. The other dude is just one of the crew. Check him out. It's Epic. Yeah, Epic Man. Stupidest fucking name ever because it doesn't work in the search engine. Josiah Rises. Go there and try to figure it out from there. And be sure to hit him up and leave a comment going, hey, leave a link because your name's shitty. Alright. Now, I have talked about Geeky Pixie a million times. Right? So what I am going to do, holy shit, I haven't seen that one yet. I gotta put that one to the side. Wow. Geeky Pixie. I'm going to, most of us know. Ooh, here's one. So, what I am gonna do is I'm gonna share screen and you rock out to this fucking awesome song while I plan some shit. Yes, Geeky Pixie. You think that's an awesome name? Well, if you think so, you're right. I know, shit's slow.
I shouldn't be lying. Unless it was for a reason. I just finally know what I have to do. And I know in my heart that it's right. For as long as I can remember, I just wanted to do what was right. I guess I'm not quite sure what that is anymore. And I thought I could throw myself back in and follow orders, serve. It's just not the same.
In my youth, I called it wrong. People paid the price. I choose to run toward my problems and not away from them. Because that's what heroes do.
Now you see, I don't get a suit of armor. I'm exposed.
For years, I've been treating Hulk like he's some kind of disease, something to get rid of. But then I started looking at him as the cure.
It's really not that complicated. I got red in my ledger. I'd like to wipe it out.
It doesn't matter what you did, what you were. If you step out that door, you are an Avenger. I look around at us, you know what I see? Losers. Folks who have lost stuff. And usually life takes more than it gives, but not today. Today it's given us something. It has given us a chance to give a shit.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people to see if they could become something more. See if they could work together when we needed them to fight the battles that we never could.
I know what it's like to lose. Feel so desperately that you're right. Yet to fail, nonetheless. Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same.
What have I to fear? The Avengers.
Avengers!
Assemble.
How are you guys planning on beating that? Together. We'll lose. And we'll do that together too.
Price of freedom's high. Always has been. It's price I'm willing to pay. And if I'm the only one, then so be it. I'm willing to bet I'm not.
I am inevitable.
If we can't protect the Earth, you can be damn well sure we'll avenge it.
Did you?
Well, if I didn't know any better, I would say that timed out pretty good. Now, that is Geeky Pixie. Follow her on Twitter, YouTube, small channel. Last time I checked, but I'm hoping any day now to just check her out and see 20,000 subs. Very very talented, very kind, very, very sweet. And Asian. So, come on. Give some love to the Asians. Now, I like to do a live stream here and there. I know. Shocking. National conventions have been a pain in the ass. But I'm working on a new podcast with a new co-host, right? And hopefully Splatter will jump in and we can all three join in on some stuff. Because pretty good dude. But on top of that, I am actively trying to charm a particular YouTuber into doing some live streams. And I know you're thinking heroes, horrors, and cats. Nope. We did a live stream together. It was perfect. I got to get him into doing regular stuff. But the last channel I want to fucking shout out turns out to be the one that lines in perfectly with my weirdly lengthy segue. Almost like I'm trying to buy time for something. But that never happened. Now, this is Enter the Familiar. Enter the Familiar is a fantastic channel. Now, he does some live streams and he does some other stuff. But please check out Enter the Familiar. Now, I drug it out because I was waiting on a response. Now, Alan B., one of my regulars, amazing, fantastic, wonderful human being. I absolutely love her dearly. Said she had a message to send me. So coming from Alan B., always remember, don't fuck your sister. I don't have any sisters. But if I did have a sister, unless she is as hot as Panda, yeah, it wouldn't happen. Come on. Relax. I told you. Everything's forgiven if you're drinking Fireball. I know you were drinking Fireball. I wasn't. I don't drink Fireball. You were drinking Fireball, which means you forget it. I wasn't drinking Fireball, so I don't have to delete the video. Man. Right? Logic for the win. Anyways, it is shockingly helpful and therapeutic for me to, let's do this better. Yeah. It is immensely helpful and shockingly therapeutic for me to do YouTube videos. Now, I'm gonna close out on something unplanned, but positive, and look at that. Unplanned but positive, and sorry, so many fucking chords, man. All right, are you there? Are you there? I know. Gotcha. All right, sorry. As I was saying, I would like to close out on some positive shit here. I got a playlist of my rambling episodes. 5 will be here. And man, I got a playlist of music I love. And I got an amazing, loved brother. So, that means I'm gonna do this. Because I can. Also, Alan B. That was weak sauce. I am so fucking sorry. And that's complicated. Nope. Stop it. All right. Still on? All right. Now, let's do this. So, I think this is heads or tails. Now, heads is gonna be, I hit up the playlist of music I love. Public playlist. Check it out. And tails is gonna be Skinny Devil Music Lab. Oh, what the fuck is the toss thing? Come on. Toss. Toss. Copyright. Gotcha. Is there a fucking toss button? Toss them. Can't understand. Number of tosses. 1. Tails. Thank you. What the fuck? Alright. So, music I love. You should check that out. Stop it. There's gotta be a shuffle, right? Alright. Alright, so you're gonna chill out to some Skinny Devil while I have a conversation with someone. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. There's, yeah, fuck the coin toss. Apparently, there's, an issue, and you're not hearing the music. Share the audio? Yeah, because you don't want to see me, masturbating while using my tears for lube. Alright, I just want to say, everyone that's watching, I love you in a totally legal sense.
Heart is there, though I've been from Maine to Mexico. Well, I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. Well, my heart is down, my head is turning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town. There it is. Happy Monday.
Alright, now, everyone that was pulling one up, nope.
This is an instrumental song I wrote.
Sorry, that's, nope.
My name is Anna, and I'm going to be playing You Belong With Me by Taylor Swift. And I'm gonna just be playing.
I know, little fucker does good stuff.
Okay, I'm Teresa. Been taking lessons today for about a year, and I'm going to attempt to play Grandpa by the Jets.
Damn it. Alright, I'm just gonna pick one while I'm trying to figure stuff out with. I requested that one. I requested that one. I didn't, but I should have. Man, that one's rough. Rough. My motherfucker. Alright. Skinny Devil. Fuck. If you aren't ready to cry, make sure the music is playing so that I can alright. I've got to talk to a beautiful Cebuano and figure some shit out.
On a train, I met a dame, kinda handsome, kinda look the same. Pretty, from New York City, walking down that old time lane. I'm in heat, I'm in love, but I just couldn't tell her so. Train kept a rolling all night long, train kept a rolling all night long, and the train kept a rolling all night long, train kept a rolling all night long. I'm in heat, I'm in love, and I just couldn't tell her no. Sweet a little woman, get along. Sweet a little doggy, get along. Sweet a little woman, get along. Sweet little woman, get along. I'm in love, just couldn't tell her so. Drink kept a rolling all night long. 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 I'm in heat, I'm in love, I couldn't tell her no. Stop in Albuquerque. I must have thought I was a real cool jerky. Got a train and put her hands up. Looking so good, Jack, I couldn't let it go. I'm in here. Just couldn't tell her no. Train kept rolling all night long. 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 I'm in it, in love, but I just couldn't tell her no. Train kept rolling all night long. Train kept rolling all night long. Train kept rolling all night long. Train kept rolling all night long.
I know what you're thinking. What kind of asshole would make this talented musician play an obscure Aerosmith song? This asshole. That's right. Now, I did not request this song. Also, he doesn't like country. But man, he's a good dude.
The midnight train is winding low. I'm so lonesome I could cry. Did you ever see a night so long? Time goes crawling by. The moon just went behind the cloud to hide his face and cry. Did you ever see a robin away?
I know I'm wrapping some shit up. So, I gotcha. But I'm wrapping this up and I'm gonna end it in style. So,
happy birthday, Elvis.
We're gonna rock out to this one while I find the perfect song. All right. Let me check and see. I think I found the perfect song at the moment. Now, I have been doing Friday night karaoke, and I sing multiple songs every night. The last one I sang was Tom Petty, Mary Jane's Last Dance, and I fucked it up. I was on time. I had an accident. I had a spill. I don't want to be a bitch, but I completely dislocated my left knee again. I have not been able to walk for 3 days, and while I was at a national convention, someone decided to go into labor. So I have been shuttling between a national convention and working my bar. And at some point, I required an emergency room visit, and I am very much hoping to get to do that on Monday. Yes. So, I would like to read an amazing fucking statement. Said I would. Then I'm going to rock out a song. Then I'm going to close out the stream. Now, this comes from Alan B. She is one of the sweetest, kindest, most supportive and understanding and patient human beings I've ever known. And I am absolutely blessed that she would join in on a chat and support my fucking YouTube. Alright, boom. Finally, got one viewer live. I am happy and proud of your bar. And your channel is almost 8K. $764. Shit. I am happy and proud of your bar. Thank you. Your channel's at number of subs. Yay, it is successful and happy. I don't know if the channel's successful. The channel gives me an outlet. It's successful and happy. I love you. Proud of you. Alan. You're proud of me that at the National Convention today, they singled my crew out and gave them a lot of attention. I slipped out and I just went in and served booze. But you always get a lot of hate and negative. And someone gives you some positive love, it matters. It really means a lot. Proud of the work I've done with the bar. It's not what I've done with the bar. It's what I was given an opportunity to help, and it's a great community, and they just needed a good, safe, healthy, happy place to go to. That's all. It's not me. Please don't make it me, because then it fails. The channel, that's yeah, it's like the bar. I love you. thank you. You are a huge supporter when I am really struggling and feeling down. You're the first one to be there to tell me to stop being a pussy. I love you too. You are fucking awesome, and you deserve a lot of credit for kicking me in the balls and pushing me forward. So, with that being said, by quoting the amazing, beautiful, fantastic Alan B., whom I love dearly and deeply, seriously, thank you. When I am struggling, you're the one to shove me forward and go, don't be a pussy, you can do this. So I'm going to mute myself, and Skinny Devil Music Lab is going to play a song to roll us out. It's a fucking amazing song, and it's the perfect choice. And in case anyone doubts why I'm kissing Alan B's ass, she picked the song. So we're going to close out on this. And everyone, throw in the comment section, thank you, Alan B. You're amazing.
At my outdoor office. It's called my storage unit. Where I'm trying to organize in between lesson prep and all that sort of stuff. So I did this song last year as part of the classic cover series, and I just did it last week for students as a play along, but I want to do it today as a sing along. So I'm going to try to ease back on the vocal approach and whatnot, and mostly just consider this me backing you up. I'm going to sing just so that we can stay together. But this is really about you and anyone in your household to sing. So you sing. Okay, so here we go. Sometime in our lives, we all have been real some. If we are one, we always know that there's tomorrow. Lean on me, yeah, when you're not strong. I'll be your strength. I'll help you carry on, Lord. It won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Well, please swallow your pride. You've got some things you need to borrow. No one can feel all of your needs if you won't show. Just come on, me brother. You need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. Just might have a problem that you'll understand. we all need somebody to lean on me. Yeah. When you're not strong, I'll be your strength. I'll help you carry on, Lord. It won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on me. When you're not strong, I'll be your strength. I'll help you carry on, Lord. It won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean